Celeb Secrets is hanging out with SK8 today. This is an exciting week for you. I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. Super exciting.
Of course. So Pages is coming out tomorrow. This is a busy, exciting week for you. Are you stoked for the song to come out?
I'm super stoked for this song, for real. Like, this is actually like one of my favorite songs on the project that's coming up. And ROOK obviously is one of like my good friends. We've been probably working on this project for almost 2 years now.
I did get to listen to a preview of it. I love the sound. So like I grew up as a scene kid. I loved listening to like Blink-182, Machine Gun Kelly, Green Day and things like that. So this is really like a blast from the past for me. Were you a fan of the genre before you got into that? Because I know you were doing some rapping beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, hip hop has always been, that was like my first love as far as like, music. I always drove into that culture and dived into that. But I always grew up listening to, I like to listen to everything, you know what I'm saying? I never like kind of like put myself in a box. So I like to, one of my favorite bands was actually Red Hot Chili Peppers. So growing up, I love the Chili's. Nirvana was a huge inspiration. Kurt Cobain is a huge inspiration for me. Those would probably be like my top two. Okay. That I really like.
Yeah, and you could hear that influence in the song as well. Talk to us about maybe the writing and recording process.
For this song, Pages came about, I was actually going through a breakup, and it was right actually when COVID hit. So, and we were in the studio, me and ROOK, and we kind of just, he was kind of just giving me like that direction of like, yo, let's put some live drums on here, let's put some live guitars. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And we put the live instrumentation on there, and then I kind of just started listening back to the beat and just put everything that I was going through right onto the wax. So you can hear it in the lyrics. Just it's basically just me talking about let's get on the same page. Like let's stop fighting. None of that shit. No negativity, no bad energy. Even if we broken up, let's just get on the same page. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like what the song is about and how it came about. We were just in the studio during COVID, just going crazy. We made a lot of songs actually. This is probably this is like one out of at least 20, 25 records that me and ROOK have. So yeah, it's a special song. I'm excited. And the video's sick. Video's super sick.
Okay. You need to tell me more about the video. I mean, I saw a little teaser that you posted on Instagram, but I didn't get to see the whole thing yet. So I'm curious, what can I expect when I see it?
It's crazy because we shot this video almost a year ago. Oh, wow. On my birthday. January 17th is my birthday. So we shot it last year. Me and ROOK just took a trip to Orlando. He's like, yo, let's just go out there, celebrate your birthday. Whoop. So we went to Orlando, and Mike Busey let us stay at his castle, and he's got this big, like, huge castle with a bunch of land, a bunch of like Ferris wheels, and it's like a dream world, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we went out there, and we just kind of like spurred the moment. We already had the music, and we were like, yo, we should just shoot a video here, it'd be sick. And we started going through the songs, and Pages was the one that we liked the best. And they happened to have a drum kit because they had like a full warehouse too. Mm-hmm. So they had a drum kit, and we just took the drum kit and set it up in like multiple different places. So there's like we put the drums and me on top of, like, we put two like vans and lined them up like right next to each other, and then the Ferris wheel was right behind us. And it was just like the sickest moment because we put the drums on there and I was on the other side. And so basically we just kind of took the drums and took what we were doing and put it in a bunch of different places. Mm-hmm. And it turned out really dope.
Now I want to talk about how you connected with ROOK. I mean, he's just such a talented drummer, and it's great that you get to work with him because you're talented in your own right. Talk to me about that connection and the process of working with him.
Yeah, like I said, like I lead with Rook probably. So I'm in LA now. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska originally, but I've been in LA for 5, 6 years now. We actually linked up about 3 years ago, just outside mutual friends. And we just got in the studio, like I said, during COVID, and we just kind of just started going crazy. I didn't know that he was so talented also, like with all instruments. So on Pages, he's actually playing the guitar. He's playing the guitar on over Pages. My homie Dom's playing the bass guitar. But yeah, Rook is actually not just on the drums. He's super talented in the studio too. And I think he was very driven and excited that he can show that talent on these songs and on this album that we got coming up. So it was a really cool process because he also helped me like build my sound in that direction also. So it was cool. It's been a really fun time.
I did also see on your Instagram that MGK said that he heard the song and he said that you guys got something in the bag. And I know you freaked out about that. I mean, I would have too. I'm a huge fan of MGK as well. Talk to me about that moment and how that felt for you, knowing that someone you really look up to, you know, thinks you got a banger coming out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had only met MGK like maybe 3 or 4 times, you know. We went to the show. I went to the show. I caught the Tickets to My Downfall show in Los Angeles. That was actually right after the show. We were just kind of chopping it up. He was walking by saying what's up to everybody. And yeah, that was crazy, man. Like I grew up, like I said, I grew up a fan listening to MGK. So to hear those words was really cool. You know, I've never really done music for validation from nobody. I've always just done it because I liked making music. But it's really solid to hear those words because you know, there's times when you feel like you don't want to do the shit or it's not working, and to hear it from people that you know, they don't gotta say that shit, you know. They don't, you know, it's cool to see that there's still real artists that respect you know, the people that are coming up and respect, you know, that's where they were at one point, you know. So yeah, that was a very cool moment. So I had to post that and show the love.
Yeah, it makes the bad days worth it, because even like you said, even with my career, I feel like, you know, burnout or discouraged, and when people say, "Oh, I love your work," it really gets you motivated to want to create more.
For sure.
Yeah.
It definitely brings the bad days up for sure.
Totally.
So that was cool.
Yeah. Now let's talk about this upcoming EP. You said you've written a ton of songs. I know it's going to be coming out soon. Can we expect a similar sound? Is there anything that you could tease from it?
Yeah. So yeah, that's the best part about it. It's like I've remained like still true to my hip hop roots, and there's actually some songs on here where there's a lot of rap. So like towards the end of the project, there's a lot of bars. There's a lot of bars and still a lot of hip hop melodies, and it's just all cohesively one thing, you know. Like I'm a firm believer in just no genre, you know. Like I'm firm in that, and to where like now it's like people are doing anything they want to do, and that's cool because there's lanes for everybody.
Now, did you write and record all of this during COVID, or was it any pre-COVID, or even like more recently?
Nah, actually, yeah, all of this was during COVID.
Okay.
Probably the 2 years that, like, right when COVID hit, like we started getting after it. Because obviously we couldn't go on the road or do anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think probably about 2 years, all during COVID.
Wow. And would you say you learned more about yourself as an artist during this time writing this material?
Yeah, I had so much time to just like try different sounds and try different feelings. And like I said, I don't like to put myself in a box. So I definitely love the new live instrumentation that I have on this new project, because with all my old projects, I never had like real live guitars or real live drums. Or I had real live guitars, but I didn't have real live drums or bass guitars. And now we're like really, really making some really cool music, and it's meshing with my vocals really well. So yeah, it's one of them ones. I'm super excited. I think I'm really proud and very proud of everybody that was a part of it, you know, not just Rook, but there's a lot of other people that were involved to help bring this to life.
Maybe what's like the biggest takeaway you want your fans to have when they listen to, you know, Pages or even any of the new music that's coming out?
I just like always when I drop, I just hope that, you know, people can relate, like take something from it, as in like, yeah, there's somebody like me out there, you know.